Alrighty, let's learn how to scrape a web page using n8n. What we're going to do is start by creating a manual trigger so that we have something to start the workflow. And the next thing we're going to do is create a HTTP request. And this is the thing that's going to call our URL. Now we already have our URL and website over here that we know we want to scrape. And so this is a real estate website. We would like to extract some data from it. And so we go through and fill in these parameters. Authentication we don't need because we're not authenticating to access the website. We do need to send headers to this website. The reason why we need to send headers is because it makes the call resemble a real world access from a web browser. And so web browsers have information they send in the headers to explain how they connect and what they are and what they're looking for in return. And this is the information that a website expects to see if it's a real person accessing their website. If it's not, if it doesn't have this information, the website quite often assumes that it's a bot that's accessing their website, and that can quite often lead them to getting blocked. And so you should ensure that you follow the terms and conditions of any website that you access and be sure to meet the criteria of what they tell you can and can't do. We're doing this just for demonstration purposes. And so we're filling in all of this valuable information that a browser will provide in their headers. This information you can generally find on the internet if you go searching for it. Just look up web browser heading information. The other thing you can do is look inside your browser in the developer toolkit and see what information is being sent over the network to a website when you access it. And you'll be able to get this information from there as well. We're almost done with adding information. And the next step will be to call the website. The last piece of information we want to add as a parameter is the referrer, and the referrer is the website that was visited prior to the one that you're trying to access. So it looks like you've come from a website, and here it looks like we've come from Google. Now we also need to add an option for the response we'd like to receive back, and we want to say that we want text as the format to receive the content back. And here we can specify the name of the element or the variable in the response that we know then what we're going to access in the following node. So now if we execute this, it should go off and access that URL, and it should bring back the contents of the web page, which is what we see here down the right hand side. This is the text-based representation of the source code of the web page. It's quite large and quite lengthy. And now that we have this information, number one, we can pin it so we don't have to keep hitting the same website. Number two, the next step is to actually go and find the information we want to retrieve. What we are going to do is now add a HTML node, and this allows us to work with HTML. What we want to do is extract the HTML content, and what happens is it automatically loads this, and what we want to do is delete where it says data here for JSON property and insert response or whatever you decided to call it in the previous step. Now what we need to do next is actually define what is the way of accessing the piece of data we want on the page. And so what we can do is go and visit the page we want to see, and we can find the information we want to get. So here we want to get the price. If you're in Chrome, you can right click and click on inspect, or you can hit F12 to open developer tools. And what you have here is it opens up the element that is wrapped around the information that we want, and this is what we want to receive. And what we do is right click on that, and we go to copy in the context menu, and we select copy selector. Now what that's done is it's grabbed the map or the directions to find that piece of information in all of the web page. So we go and put that back into here, and we say that our CSS selector is this information, and we want text to be returned, which is the value inside, and we should be able to execute that now and get the information that we want. Sometimes n8n doesn't play. Let's try that. No, it's done it. So here we have the information we wanted, which is the price from the website. So if we go back here, we can see that the price here is $1 million to 1.1, and that's the information it has extracted. So we've now effectively scraped data from a website. That's all you need to do.